You know, the left does not have any sort of affinity for Hugo Chavez. Um, there are things that we don't like about him, and there are things I don't like about him. Um, but in the larger scope of things, in the bigger picture, we've got bigger fish to fry, as far as I'm concerned. I don't look at Venezuela and think that there's some huge problem there. I look at countries like Saudi Arabia and think there is a massive, huge problem there. Okay, because Saudi Arabia is run by a monarchy who owns everything, who make all the money off of oil. The people who live there live in abject squalor, they live under archaic laws, and the women there are treated as second-class citizens, okay? It has a horrible human rights record, okay? I look at Saudi Arabia, and that's the country I've got problems with. I look at Venezuela, I see a country trying to solve social problems and stumbling and falling along the way. In some cases, there are problems that are very difficult, and it doesn't help that the rest of the world seems to be trying to demonize Hugo Chavez, the right-wingers especially, okay? So, you know, you've got problems with Hugo Chavez. There was an assassination attempt. It's like all leaders who tried to nationalize oil, like Mossadegh in Iran back in the 50s. Of course, the right wing hates him. Conservatives hate him because he's going to drive up the price of oil, and that's the only thing they care about. You know, the social consequences to the people who live in those countries, not their problem, all right? Not their problem at all. Well, I've got far more problems with the way people live in Saudi Arabia than I have with the way people live in Venezuela, all right? So it's a matter of priorities. I don't put Hugo Chavez or Venezuela at the top of my list of priorities for countries that need to be fixed in some way, all right? Because, you know, I've got other concerns besides just the price of oil, all right? I would like to see us be able to not need oil at all right? That would be my goal. But, you know, we've had 3 decades to eliminate our dependence on foreign oil. But you know what we've done thanks to Reagan? Zero. Absolutely zero. Carter would have had us like 20% solar by now if we had followed his plan, but Reagan got into office and immediately gutted every attempt to try to become independent from foreign oil, all right? What Reagan did, he came into office and immediately struck a sweetheart deal with the Saudis, all right? Putting us back on the path of oil dependence and supporting that regime, that monarchy, all right? So the right wing doesn't care about the rights of people. It cares about the price of oil, all right? And it's reflected in their policies. Don't forget it. And quit harping about Hugo Chavez. There are bigger fish to fry. That's all for now.